Hi guys, we're now on the 7th game for this January 18 game day of the NBA. Before we kick off, I just want to send my shout outs to one of our supporters. His name is Kevin Dayag. Man, I see him supporting and through liking our videos and our uploads and our Facebook page. Man, I really want to thank you, and this is a small way to do it. And again, thank you, bro. I hope you take care out there and take care of yourself with this COVID thing and all that. Take care of yourself and your family. All right. Now, again, before we start, I just want to ask those who haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet to please click on the subscribe button and click on the bell logo as well. That way, you guys would automatically be notified as soon as we have a new video or upload. Now, this one is the game that everyone has been talking about for January 18 game day. This is Milwaukee Bucks versus Brooklyn Nets, and we all know why. Milwaukee Bucks. Well, Milwaukee Bucks. It's all about Giannis Antetokounmpo. They had some sort of slow start for this season, but after a few games, they were able to figure things out, and now they're looking like the fear the deer team that they are. Now for Brooklyn Nets, they've had issues with them with Kyrie Irving not playing, and with a couple of games that Kevin Durant wasn't available. But really, the huge, the biggest issue or the biggest news came when James Harden actually was traded to Brooklyn Nets. So they formed this damn amazingly trio of Brooklyn Nets. So they have James Harden, they have Kevin Durant, and they have Kyrie Irving. I know Kyrie Irving ain't available yet, but man, those three are, man, I am lost for words. Just imagine if those three are all available, and if all three are actually having a good day, man, they could actually pile up for 100 points, and I ain't even exaggerating. Harden, 30 points. That's his usual. 35, maybe even 40. Also with KD. How about Kyrie, man? Just imagine a playoff series going up, and you're going up against Brooklyn Nets. Man, they're scary, and not to mention they would have the support of DeAndre Jordan, Joe Harris. Man, that's crazy. Bruce Brown is actually getting a lot of minutes, and whenever he is given those minutes, is actually he's actually scoring. He's actually scoring. He's actually having a lot of assists. He's defending well. This Brooklyn Nets is legit, man. I can't wait to see Brooklyn Nets versus Lakers. Actually, I'm just curious as to how that game would look like. But yeah, before we go to that, let's talk about Milwaukee versus Brooklyn Nets. Okay. Now let's take a look at the standings first, as we always do. Obviously, both teams are from the East Conference. Milwaukee Bucks is up there at number 1 in the East with 9 wins and 4 losses. A great thing about the Bucks is that after losing several games, they are now having a 4-game winning streak, and again, they are number 1 in the East. For Brooklyn Nets, I'm kind of full. I just ate a couple of donuts. For Brooklyn Nets, they're at number 5 with 8 wins and 6 losses. Good thing about Brooklyn Nets is that they were able to figure things out, because at one point they were also losing. When they lost KD, at one point they even lost both KD and Kyrie. But now KD's back, and now James is actually with them. They have won 3 games straight. So again, they're at 8-6 at number 5. All right, so let's take a look at what we have for this game. This game would be held at Brooklyn. This game would be held at Brooklyn at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so that's 8:30 Manila, 8:30 a.m. Manila. It shows here that Brooklyn is given the plus, Brooklyn plus 2.5, and of course Milwaukee is given the minus 2.5. This one's tough, really. I know there have been a lot of people who have been messaging me, uh, like 2 hours back or 3 hours ago, um, asking me for this, and they just want to take time to discuss this. This one's crazy. This one's almost a toss coin. And a lot of people may say that Brooklyn got the big three, and I agree. Obviously, they got the big three. You can even consider DeAndre Jordan as part of it, and Joe Harris, man, he's a star too. So Brooklyn has a legit team who can beat anyone. For me, that's how I look into it. Because they got those three scary scorers, Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. But let's pause for a while and let's look at Milwaukee Bucks. Honestly, Milwaukee Bucks is on that same category. It's just that, you know, they don't have that big three that we're talking about. They don't have a James Harden, they don't have a Kyrie that would go along Giannis Antetokounmpo. But if we take a look at it, Milwaukee Bucks can also beat any team in the NBA, and I mean that literally. Even the Lakers, they can beat that. They can beat the Lakers. Giannis is actually hitting all cylinders. It's just that they don't go with those big names that that Brooklyn Nets has right now. But Milwaukee Bucks, well, again, they have Giannis Antetokounmpo, they have Chris Middleton, they have Drew Holiday, they have Brook Lopez. Man, they have all. Giannis Antetokounmpo has all the support that he needs to be the Giannis Antetokounmpo that he is. And sometimes it even is to their advantage. It's gonna be very hard for, and let's be honest, it's gonna be very hard for James Harden to be James Harden if there would be Kyrie or if there would be KD, who would be asking for the ball, who would be asking for those shots. It's gonna take a lot of humility and a lot of understanding that they have to adjust. All of them, and I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about the Brooklyn Nets, right? I'm talking about from the fourth guy to the fifth guy to the bench player. All of them gotta adjust if they want to turn on, and that's my cat. If they want to turn on that scary team that they could be, who could beat anyone, they have to adjust. And if they want to be a championship team, they really have to swallow their pride and figure things out properly. But for me, Milwaukee Bucks has already done that. They already know their respective roles. Brook Lopez know when to defend, when to shoot three. Chris Middleton, he understands that he is just a secondary option there in offense. And what's important is that you are an option and you are one of the top options. He still scores a lot. If Giannis is not doing well, he is the top option. So that's what's important in a team. You know your role, you understand your role, you accept it. If you ain't down with it, maybe you can sit down with the coach, figure things out with the other players, and maybe you can come up with something else. Okay, well, I'm that is just how I look at Milwaukee right now and Brooklyn Nets. Both are actually great. In terms of talent, if there would be like a computation of talent, like if it is mathematical, of course Brooklyn Nets. I'm gonna give it to Brooklyn Nets, but this is basketball. This is not math. We consider a lot of things. And for now, I think Milwaukee Bucks is more formidable. They've been together for a longer amount of time. They understand their roles better. And again, Brooklyn Nets, they're in the transition period still. With James Harden, James Harden is trying to adjust, and his teammates are also trying to adjust. They don't have Kyrie. Let me take a look. Kyrie ain't playing because of some protocols. He is questionable. Questionable. So he could be playing. It's not like he's not sure if he would be playing, but he is not ruled out. The one who is expected to be sidelined is Claxton of Brooklyn. And of course, Dinwiddie is out, and most likely for the rest of the season. But yeah, we'll take a look. I've checked online actually before I turned on this camera, and I see a lot of suggestions and a lot of call this, a lot of opinions of different people, and a lot of people have chosen Brooklyn Nets, and I guess it's obvious why, right? Again, that's a one-two punch, one-two killer with James Harden and KD, but honestly, I'm gonna pick Milwaukee at least for this game. I haven't really seen how Brooklyn Nets play against a strong team. This is the first time that we would see them play. Mind you, Brooklyn Nets' first game, although that was impressive, man. James Harden, on his very first game as a net, he already scored triple digits. But they went up against an Orlando Magic team who had a lot of missing players, and they just won by 6 points. So this is the true test. This is the true test right now. Milwaukee Bucks don't have anyone unavailable. They don't have anyone injured. So we will see. We will see how Brooklyn Nets would fare on this. But for now, in terms of betting, I'm gonna pick Bucks as the option. I'm gonna put my money on Milwaukee minus 2.5. All right. Again, my pick on this is Milwaukee Bucks minus 2.5. If you also have a Facebook account, just click on the Facebook logo on the upper right part of our YouTube channel. Just click on that. It'll bring you automatically to our Facebook account or Facebook page. It has the same name, Pass It Baller. Just follow and like that page. And then you would have the option to send us questions or messages through our Messenger account. All right, just stay there. I'm going to be working on the last two games for this game day. Peace out, pass our love, and God bless.